Wherever you want to go, whatever you want to do, whoever you want to be, it's up to you. I got the perfect sweater for this occasion. And this. I feel magical. Hi guys, and welcome back to this channel, or just welcome if you're new here. My name is Elena, and in today's video we will talk about writing a script for reality shifting. I've made a separate video about what reality shifting is, like the idea behind it and how to do it. You can watch it right here, or you can scroll down to the description box where I linked it. I also gave you a timestamp there if you want to skip through the template points faster. I'm going to show you every point with the example of one of my personal scripts, my Hogwarts shifting script, so to say, to make it more visual to you. I won't explain the whole basics about shifting realities again, just very quickly if you've really never heard of it before. We live in a multiverse with close to infinite different realities where other versions of ourselves exist. And shifting your reality basically means to shift your consciousness from this reality into another one. And because everything is possible, there are also realities where, for example, Hogwarts is real. So you can shift to Hogwarts, meet Harry Potter, be Harry Potter, replace Harry Potter, wherever you want to go, whatever you want to do, whoever you want to be. It's up to you. But as I said in my other shifting video, to know exactly where you want to go, scripting is an amazing method to focus on a very particular reality. The script can be as specific or basic as you'd like to. You don't even need to write one if you don't want to, but it can help. So watch a script if you want to shift to Hogwarts, for example. I want to give you guys a basic template that you can work with to lay out the reality you want to shift to. Like generally, you can have your script in your head, you can write it down in a notebook or make a PowerPoint presentation, or use Google Slides if you like it more visual. I personally use PowerPoint. I exported my script for this video and put it into Google Slides. It looks just the same, and the cool thing about having your script digitally is that you can add images more easily to help you visualize your desired reality. Like my script starts off with this beautiful slide, and then I go directly into the description of myself. It's always a good idea to write down a personal description of yourself in your DR, just how you used to do it in school, for example, like name, age, height, eye color, hair color, birthday, hometown, just things you need to know to identify somehow. And you can script yourself just as you are, or you can change whatever you want to about your appearance. You can search for pictures here, like what do you want your style to be like, what clothes do you wear, what hairstyle, all those things. You can have an image to be in your head. Like I would also advise to always look for things to script to make your life a little easier, you know. For example, I scripted I would have like perfect eyesight. I don't in real life. I wear glasses actually, but I never wear them really. So also you can script that you don't need to shave, or you always look good and healthy, you always smell good, or your hair is always shiny, whatever you can imagine, whatever works for you. Then I would go and get clear about the setting of your desired reality. In this case, we are at Hogwarts, and I had to think about things like which Hogwarts house am I in, which school year I want to start on, what kind of wand do I have a pet, what classes do I take, am I good at those classes? This is another thing to add to your characteristics, for example. To make it easier for you, you can script yourself talents or abilities, for example. You are an ace in care for magical creatures, or something like that, you know? Of course, you can just leave that out and script the setting very simple. It's totally up to you. I scripted myself into Ravenclaw. I have like a rosewood wand with unicorn hair and a cat named Taylor that can talk to me when I'm lonely. And I scripted that Voldemort doesn't exist in this reality, and that classes are sort of short, and that I am an A student, and that way I don't have to spend so much time on studying, but can do other things instead. Notice I included pictures for as many script parts as possible. That's like for me to visualize better. Like many shifting methods include visualization. God. And having those images can really help you picture everything exactly as you like it. Moving on to friends and relationships. If you want to be friends with certain characters or even date certain characters, you can describe exactly how you want these relationships to be like, and to start like, and to end like. Like, how do people view you? How do you get along with all of those people? Do you have besties? Do you have enemies? Do you have frenemies? Etc. Do you want friends from UCR like joining you there? For example, I wanted that. So the names that you can't see in my scripts are names from some of my real friends whose identity I wanted to protect here. Also myself, for various reasons. They may or may not be watching this video, so... For example, I scripted that I don't have enemies, that I'm relatively popular, and that I'm good friends with Harry, Hermione, and Luna, and blah blah blah. You read it yourself, like I wanted a perfectly peaceful, boring Hogwarts life, okay? Next thing is the start of the story, or let's say what happens first thing you shifted. It's very helpful to script exactly your surrounding for when you wake up in UDR, because you have A, something to focus on when you're trying shift, and B, you will know exactly that you shifted when you experience this certain situation. For example, I wanted to start off in the Hogwarts Express, sitting there with my friends. So I thought about what will it be like when I shift? Like, what will I see? What will I hear? Or smell or feel? Like, try to include all your senses here to make the setting as clear for you as possible. The clearer it is, the easier you can visualize it. This word. I wrote that I can hear the train noises and that I can smell pumpkin juice when I shifted. Obviously, I will see my friends, I will feel the train moving, the leather seat under me, maybe the light cloth of the robe that I'm wearing, maybe my cat sits on my lap and I'm petting it and I feel the fur and how soft it is. Like, try to be specific here, and when you attempt to shift and you don't make it, but maybe like you hear train for a second, the symptom is then something you will recognize, and it can, tell you that you're getting close. Another tip is to script that your eyes open automatically when you have shifted, because people always tell you like don't open your eyes before you're completely sure that you shifted and blah blah, and that's a way that you don't have to worry about the perfect timing. And lastly, there's something called a waiting room, like a place between your current reality and your desired reality, where it's easier to shift to, and like a safe space, so to say, to prepare you for actually, entering your desired reality. Some people feel better to firstly try to shift to waiting room. Mine would be the crowded King's Cross station, because it makes sense. And it's easy for me to, picture that, because I've been there actually. In real life, when I went to London to visit the Warner Bros. Studios. It was amazing, by the way. And that's the last slide for me. It's kind of like the safety slide, where I put down everything that makes me feel safe trying to attempt shifting. Here you can put all the things like you can't die, your friends can't die, except you want them to die, but I doubt that. I mean, you do you, I guess. Also, you can put a safe word here, or an action for you to do if you want to shift back to this reality. Like, my safe word is penguin, and by saying that or clapping 3 times with the intention to shift back, I shift back. I recommend you clarifying that, because if you accidentally say your safe word like penguin in a conversation and wake up in your bed without even wanting to, that must suck. Also, I wrote the time conditions in here. For me, it's 1 week in my desired reality, is 1 hour in my current reality. This is completely up to you, how you want to have it, obviously. And also, I scripted that the story kind of pauses, so I always shift back to the exact point where I left off. And then I wrote down that I won't get attached to my desired reality, that people won't realize that I'm not from there, because I heard from another YouTuber that one person in their DR suspected them to be like a world traveler, world jumper basically, and that led to some awkward conversations, apparently. And lastly, scripted that I only feel diminished pain. This is super helpful if you shift to more like a more violent world. Like, I don't know, if you want to be involved in some fights or some other kinds of drama. And another thing you could add if you attempt to shift to this kind of place that you won't experience like trauma, physical trauma and emotional trauma from that. Big tip. And yes, that's basically it. Of course, you can always write down the complete story you want to live through step by step, or you just say like the story follows book 4, or you leave it open and create the story yourself as soon as you've shifted. Whatever feels best to you, of course. I hope I could help you with those tips and you found this video inspiring. If so, make sure to hit the like button and comment down below where you'd like to shift to and what other tips you have for the people watching. And for me, obviously. There's some other videos of mine. If you don't want to miss out of any of my content, I do stuff related to spirituality, psychology and entertainment, then subscribe to my channel for more. I upload every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday at 8 AM ECT. But for now, I wish you a wonderful day and goodbye.